Cool, thanks. Thanks for having me. So I'm pleased to be here today to talk to you about the mobile makeover. Basically, a 10-minute talk on how you can actually position your brands on our ecosystem, families of services and apps in the beauty and in the fashion segment. So if we look at that ecosystem of families and apps, and excuse this slide, apparently the fonts weren't right, but if the numbers are still impressive enough, I think. So if you look at that ecosystem of family of apps and services, then you can see that we have been growing tremendously across the last decade. We just hit the 2 billion mark a month ago on Facebook. Instagram ranks at 700 million users a month, which is super, super impressive. And one of the reasons why we've been growing so massively is obviously the rise of mobile and the rise of apps, but also because we're living in a world that increasingly is going into more richer and richer entertainment formats. So we are actually moving away from the text-based world who posts still like a status update in text, barely no one, just 5 years ago everyone did. We went to the kind of the evolution of photo posting. I think we are now in the age of video, and we're all figuring out how we have to design video to really kind of live in our platforms in a very specific way, in a way that's designed to fit the feed. And in the not so distant future, we're going to move towards VR and AR. So that's going to be the preferred content format, the way people want to engage with our brands. But that kind of, very visual evolution is obviously also really neatly tapping into the needs of your category, of the beauty and fashion vertical, because in your industry it's all about stunning visuals, really having a high-class, glossy environment in which you can present your products, because ultimately beauty and fashion is all around self-expression and showing who you are by what you wear and by how you're basically presenting yourself. And in that self-expression, mobile becomes a bigger and bigger part. It's a new way of how you can present yourself. It's not only the camera, it's much more than that. It is filter, it's mask, it's emojis, it's GIFs. It basically becomes a tool for how you can create your own image. And in that image building process, that brand actually can support. Facebook and Instagram, as our main two platforms, play a key role. A couple of numbers on that. So I think 21 times a day, a person checking Instagram is actually checking a beauty post. So it's 21 times a day, as opposed to 14 times the average Instagram user. 19% more beauty conversations on Facebook and Instagram in the last year. So we can truly see that, especially Instagram and the nature of the platform as a very visual kind of influencer medium, is really skyrocketing also in the conversations that people are having on the platform. 58% of beauty and fashion shoppers said they were on Facebook once a day, every day in the last month. So also Facebook, even if it's sometimes been seen as the old medium and Instagram is the young medium, has a true relevance for fashion and beauty shoppers. And then last point, 1 out of 5 minutes a day are spent on these two platforms. So if you really want to drive reach, if you really want to inspire people about your brand, but not only inspire, but also take them through the journey, through to purchase, there is not a way that leads past these two main platforms. And today I'm going to show you two main cases, one coming from the beauty industry, one coming from the fashion vertical, that basically demonstrates how that best-in-class, fit-for-feed storytelling is being executed across our main platforms. The first case, and again, excuse the font, is from a French brand that you all might know. It's called Yves Saint Laurent. They launched a fragrance on our platform that is called Mon Paris. That was totally about the city of Paris, the vibe, the energy, and the passion that this city lives and breathes. And the way they executed it, they not only took the TV ad and put it on our platform, they actually designed feed first mobile first and created a full funnel campaign that basically executed our best practices to the smallest detail. So let me start with showing you the first phase of this campaign. You can see it was executed across Instagram, and the creative that you're seeing here is actually trying to emphasize the spirit, the magic of Paris by creating that really, really breathtaking, visually arresting kind of vertical effect. It's almost drawing you into the creative. So the stuff that David has talking about, on Facebook and Instagram, designs platforms specifically, this is really a great example of that. We're not having a kind of a TVC story arc that slowly builds over time, but you can see this creative, the action happens from second one, and you almost can't resist. You can't scroll past it. So this is truly kind of drawing you into the experience and then landing on the product at the very end. A great example of fit for feed video storytelling. In a second phase, we went a bit further downstream, and we told people more about this perfume and the city. We also added a storytelling element, whilst the first one was almost very cinematographic and very product-focused. We showed a couple of people here making out in the city of love. That kind of makes sense. Also a great kind of cinematograph in the middle, just animating a tiny bit of the image to create like that thumb-stopping power, but at the same time being short and concise enough to land the main point. And then lastly, and that's often something that is forgotten, especially within the beauty industry that focuses on image and upper funnel and storytelling so much, is we also drove to sell. So we had a couple of formats that did that. In the middle, we had a canvas ad that was designed to drive click-through, so lots of call to action elements. You can see like a tilt to pan image here. So we really tried to put all the assets that we had created into this unit to really help people to understand more about the product, dive deeper into the experience, and really deliver that extra bit of information that usually isn't really possible within the feed. The feed is so competitive, it's so quick. You really have to, you're not only competing with your other brands' contents, but you're actually competing with the content of friends and families, and they are super close to my heart, so I'm definitely going to look at that. So why should I actually spend my time with a brand? Within a canvas ad unit where you have people in that closed environment, almost in a little microsite on feed, you have that time to tell that extra story. And then lastly, on the right-hand side, we had link ads that actually drove to an e-commerce environment where people could buy the product. So you can see here, Mon Paris, Yves Saint Laurent, a full funnel campaign taking you all the way from inspiration to purchase within one campaign setup. It was actually pretty successful, so we have a couple of metrics here. We reached lots of people. I think that's fair, but the most impressive bit about this campaign, it drove a 9 percentage point of awareness, so people who've seen the ads, 9 percentage points more of these actually associated Yves Saint Laurent and Mon Paris with this product, and 6 percentage points lift in brand favorability. So people actually liked the brand more after seeing the ads. So real business results based on this campaign. The second campaign I want to show you today is from Tommy. And you might have heard about it, the big campaign with Gigi Hadid last year, happening in autumn. There was a big kind of splash at the Bread and Butter where they launched the whole collection. And I'm going to talk about the Facebook activation of this campaign, which we kind of orchestrated out of our London offices. So what you can see here is basically, again, like an array of different kind of formats that we used to really launch this collection and to emphasize the point that for the first time in history, you could actually buy the collection directly after it's been shown on the runway. So the shoppable element of it was super, super important. On the left-hand side, you can see the big live stream that we had from the harbor in New York City, New York Fashion Week, Tommy Now, where we had lots and lots of engagement, one of the most kind of viewed fashion shows today. It was actually piloting the Live project back then in September. It was super, super new. We had a canvas where we actually recycled lots of the material again to provide a deeper product experience. And we had a collection ad. I'm not sure whether all of you guys know. It is basically a video ad unit, and below that ad unit sits a product feed. So every product that you see in that video ad, you can click on that directly. You're going to be linked out to the Tommy e-commerce environment, shop it immediately. And then lastly, the bot, also one of the first bots we ever created. So like, you know, a true world's first, where you could, if you wanted, you were interested in a product, you could put it into your basket, you can choose the sizes, and you can talk to the character that is the bot and understand more about it, get more content, get more information, but also ship it straight after and also get all the information on tracking and all of that. So to sum it up, really short 10-minute presentation on how Facebook and Instagram can help you to drive your business. We are clearly seeing that Facebook and Instagram are sitting at the heart of self-expression, of visual expression in the beauty and fashion industry. We are seeing that it's a really, really high-quality environment, lots of brand safety, where you can really showcase your brand in the best possible way. We're also seeing that it's great in driving kind of upper funnel metrics, awareness, preference, favorability, all the nice heartwarming stuff, but it can also actually ship some products and help you to close the gap to offline retail. And then lastly, we can measure it. So that's one of the great things about our platforms. We can really see how the advertising that you put on our platforms is making a difference with a clear kind of lift test and methodology that we have in place. So the future looks beautiful. I'm having a little in-depth masterclass later on the 4th floor if you want to know more about full funnel marketing with lots and lots of creative examples if you want to dive deeper. And until then, I wish you a happy premium and see you soon on Facebook.